Hey folks, it's break time, and that means it's another edition of the Anime Break Room with your host Will Medina and Dabir Weeks. Dabir, what's going on, bro? How you doing?
It's good, Will. I'm not doing too bad today. How about you?
I can't complain, man. Another beautiful day here today. So we're excited. Last week we talked about Trunks, the son of Vegeta. It was pretty cool. Pretty cool to talk about the history of Trunks, which is a great movie. And again, I recommend everybody who haven't watched that movie actually to watch it. It's really great. Probably one of the best movies in DBZ history.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it was awesome.
A lot of emotion.
You know what? When I went on Instagram the other day, there was a clip that I saw, and it was the scene where Trunks was going Super Saiyan after Gohan died.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, goosebumps! I got so many goosebumps from that, dude. It was such an epic scene.
Yeah, because watching the movie, the build up for that, he was training with Gohan. Gohan was trying to tell him from his point of view of transforming and how to do it. And, he couldn't do it, and then that happens.
Right.
And he just boom.
Yeah, it's just that loss, that you see that emotion, that loss, and he was just like, everything is gone, and the rage and all that, just it all just came out into Trunks being Super Saiyan, and it was it was epic. It was the movie itself was great. That future Gohan was amazing.
Yeah,
one arm taking on both androids. Oh, it was great. It was great. It was, like I said, the best DBZ movie, hands down. Nothing touches it. The current Broly movie, the last three Broly movies, which Bio Broly was terrible. I'm not gonna lie.
They shouldn't have made that.
Whoever thought about that idea, my God, please, okay. But all the other movies, there were some great movies, but that movie in particular, and it just showed everything. Like, it showed what future Trunks was going through, and it was just amazing. Well done. But today we stick to the 90s. Well, DBZ was more of an 80s anime, but here in the States it came out in the 90s. So we're sticking to the 90s this week on the Anime Break Room, and we're going to talk about one of my personal favorites, and of course our guest's personal favorites as well. We're going to talk about Cowboy Bebop. Probably one of the most, I would say one of the most popular animes in the 90s. Definitely is. And here to help us talk about Bebop is my baby sister, Daisy.
Oh my gosh.
Baby Daisy. What's up, D? What's going on?
Yeah, you can only do that because the microphone's in front of you. Because otherwise...
Otherwise what? No, I see empty threats. It's Baby Daisy sends empty threats.
All right.
What's up? What's going on, man?
Well, nothing. Just here, ready to talk about Bebop.
Oh, I know. Classics. We have so many memories about Bebop.
Yeah.
There's so many memories about Bebop.
Spike Spiegel.
Oh, God. We'll get into it. We'll definitely get into it. But let's chop it up, guys. Let's do our Chop Talk segment. And I want to stick with the 90s or early 2000s, 90s, because nowadays when you see, like, for instance, my girl's kid, he watches anime. And all these other kids watch anime. And I watch them watch all these animes, and they're all, excited and everything. But I remember when I was their age, and bro, it was so hard. Yeah. So hard to watch anime back in the 90s and early 2000s because there wasn't so many avenues.
No, definitely not.
So now when you have all these streaming services, there's like 4 different streaming services. Yeah. On top of, there's like, I think 3 streaming services that are pure anime. And then you have Prime Videos that has anime. You have Netflix that has anime. You have Hulu that has anime. Yeah. And now it's like you have an abundance of anime.
Yeah.
But back in the day, when you missed an episode, D, how was it?
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't even like you could watch it the next week. Yeah. It was just like you just missed that episode.
Yeah.
So we used to, back in the day, we used to record it on a VCR.
See, nobody knows what a VCR is. Nobody knows what a VCR is.
Yeah, we would take those tapes. We would try to record over anything important. We would take it like, what's on this? We're like, whatever. We'll just record over it. Because we just, we couldn't miss. What
did you do when you missed an episode?
I was usually there.
See the beard.
Yeah, I was the beard. The beard. The TV.
He stands strong.
Yeah. There was one time, when it was the fight with Naruto and Sasuke, like their very first big one at the Final Valley.
Oh, the first one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that one I recorded because I don't know, I had to do something or I had to be somewhere, and I was like, I'm not missing it.
That's epic. That's to me, that's one of the best fights in Naruto. It really was. But
we recorded. I remember there was a one night. It was New Year's Eve.
Oh, we had to go to church, right?
And we had to go to church.
Yeah.
And then after they came over for a matutino, which is like, it's like a Puerto Rican,
it's like an after party.
It's like caroling, it's like at midnight thing.
It's like a church after party.
And they came over. First, we recorded it because we knew it was going to be a church. And it was the one where Haku dies.
Oh, in the
Remember?
beginning. Yeah, the beginning.
Yeah, with that first big arc that they did.
Yeah.
It was like...
With Zabuza.
With Zabuza, yep.
Yeah.
And Haku dies. And, we just knew... We knew that it was going to be a big episode.
Right.
So we recorded it. I don't know if it was the one where Haku died or the one where Sasuke, quote unquote, died.
Oh,
because
okay.
Thought he was
Right.
I don't remember. Those could have been like the same episode. I don't remember. But it was one of those two. And we recorded it. And then I remember when they came over for the Valentino at midnight, we were so mad because we were trying to watch it. And Mom was like, no, you have to go out and greet everybody. You have to. We were just, oh my gosh.
Gaming.
We were so mad.
Yeah, it was.
We did though. We waited for everybody to leave. We watched that joint like 1 a.m.
You know what? And that's another thing too. Because the only thing back then that was really accessible was that Toonami block with Sailor Moon, DBZ, Gundam Wing. Yeah, Big O, which was trash.
They had a lot of really great animes, though.
I know. You liked it, right?
I watched it.
Did you enjoy it? Yeah, kind of.
I didn't hate it, but I wouldn't say it was like, oh, I'm ready to watch.
I agree. It's like I watched it. I didn't hate it. It was fine for the time that I watched. I had a friend that let me borrow it, and I don't like that. It wasn't. I wasn't too big on it. And and I love mecha animes. I love mechas, but that one was. No, I'm not.
Put it at the bottom.
But they did do, like I said, Gundam Wing and the original Mobile Suit Gundam. That was epic.
Yeah, they did. They used to always show Endless Waltz too on Toonami.
Yeah,
that was such a great movie.
Dabir, did you watch Endless Waltz?
Nope. I haven't watched it.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. Wait, did you watch Mobile Suit Gundam the series? Yeah. Okay, you gotta watch the movie
Gundam Wing.
Gundam Wing. Yeah, I'm sorry. You're right. My bad. Gundam Wing. Did you watch Gundam Wing? Hiro Yui.
I will have to rewatch it.
Hiro Yui, though.
There's pieces, but
like Yui. Colonel Zex.
Oh, Colonel Zex.
What is wrong?
I gotta get the list.
She got a flashback.
You gotta send me the list.
Okay, I got you. Yeah, that's because you gotta watch that, and then the movies. What they do with the Gundams and how they redesign them is beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that. Yes. It was so flashy. They were flashy.
It was very, like Tengen would say, very flashy.
And the characters were all young and cool. Yeah. They were like these cool guys. Most of them were like cool guy types.
Quattro was trash.
I was gonna say Troa.
Troa, yeah, he was another one. But
with his hair.
Yeah, it's on Crunchyroll. Yeah, okay, so I think so. I'm pretty sure it's on Crunchyroll.
Okay.
I think it's 50 episodes.
Yeah, it's not super long.
No. Right. But then the movie's on Crunchyroll too.
I feel like that's typical for Gundam. They're usually like 50 episodes.
Yeah.
It's usually like 50 episodes or something like that.
Okay. But like I said, going back to watching anime in the 90s and early 2000s, like I said, that was the most accessible thing we had was that Toonami block in the evening. Other than that, I remember our cousins, they had to wake up early on the Sci-Fi channel to watch it back in the early 90s. Like
Sci-Fi
like that was their Saturday morning.
You know what, just recently our cousin Nate, right?
Yeah.
He's having that same, where he's like, oh, these kids don't know how it was to be dedicated to anime. Just recently he came up to me, he was like, have you ever watched Akira? Or Akira, he calls it Akira. And I was like, Akira? Of course. Like, he's like, okay, good. Okay, good. Because
that's a classic.
He's like, you have to. I'm like,
Not to jump off subject, and I just literally read this not too long ago. Leonardo DiCaprio, Leo, as you know.
Leo, yes.
Leo.
I'm familiar.
And I think he's doing it with Zack Snyder, but Leonardo DiCaprio is in the works of making an Akira live action movie.
Stop.
Yes.
Really?
I literally just read that not too long ago.
It could be done.
It's doable.
It's
doable.
It's not crazy.
No.
Like, the ability is so crazy that it's like all this CGI
at the end, maybe.
Yeah.
Once he has the power of that god.
But that's like with that, it like builds to that.
Yes.
It's like, so I could see it. It's not just like this big, like, where somebody's got to look all awkward trying to like maneuver this, superpower that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Like,
no, I get that. But it's funny that you brought that up because I literally just read that not so long ago. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
But like I said, they watched, going back to what we're talking about, they watched, what was it? Thundercats, Voltron, Kassan the Robot Hunter. I think they watched Fist of the North Star. Like they watched classics.
Yeah.
Back in the and those were the 80s. Ronin Warriors.
Oh my
but those were the
gosh.
80s going into the 90s. You know, then we obviously Dragon Ball Z was 80s too, but we would watch all the 90s animes.
Yeah,
like,
we picked it up.
Like Yu Yu. What was another one? Inuyasha, I think it was 90s.
Yeah.
Early 2000s, 90s.
Yeah.
Gundam Wing, Cowboy Bebop. There was, we had to set aside everything to watch anime.
Yeah.
Either wake up early in the morning or stay up really late at night.
Yeah, that was, I remember that time where I would wake up early in the morning for 4Kids, and we talked about this before. That's when One Piece premiered in the States. It was on 4Kids. Right. That had to be like, what, 2005, 2006, something like that. Sometime around. It was like something around that time.
Okay.
But yeah, and I remember waking up at 7 a.m. because I had to catch, what was that? Oh my gosh, there was this one. It was like a kid anime. I can't remember.
It was a Shaman King, was it?
No, remember the one with the little. I had those little things that.
Fooly Cooly.
No, that was not a kid anime at all. At all. No, it was like this thing where they had these little things and they would shoot like the little, it was almost like BBs that they would shoot at each other.
Remember.
I can't even remember what it was called. Oh my gosh. And they were like shaped like little dragons or whatever, but anyway, it started with a B. You know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about. I can't think of the name right now.
Oh my gosh.
I can't think of the name.
No, okay, I'll have to, Bakugan? Something like that?
Oh, that
So
sounds
I gotta
familiar.
think of
I
it.
never watched it. I just heard you and Eric talk about it all the time.
I used to wake up at 7 in the morning.
Dabir's
to
thinking
watch
right now.
I'm trying.
It sounds familiar, does it?
Yeah,
It does.
I used to watch like Sonic X. I used to watch Shaman King, One Piece. I remember. And then we in the same token, we'd have to stay up late at night on Saturday.
Yeah.
So that way we could watch it. Naruto would be on Toonami.
That was
like
later
the late
on.
Toonami,
Yeah.
When it was like Saturday evenings,
Right.
and then Adult Swim would have
Bleach.
Bleach, and they would still play Cowboy Bebop.
Death Note.
Death Note.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It was
Full Metal.
Full Metal.
Yeah.
Like, but you had to power through it.
Yeah.
You had to power through it. It wasn't like, oh, I'll just pick it up tomorrow. No, you had to power through it.
Anime was so scarce, though.
Yes.
It wasn't even. There were times we had to power through. Yes, there were times you had to power through. But anime was so scarce that a lot of the times we would stay up because they would repeat it at like after 2:00.
Yeah.
They would show all the shows all over again that
Oh,
they
yeah,
showed,
yeah.
and we would just watch them over again just because anime was so damn scarce that it was like, man.
I had to watch it twice
Now we take it for granted. Because it's all there.
Yeah,
I could watch this.
Another
later.
thing though too is that back in the day we had to wait for things to premiere in the States, and that's not a thing anymore.
No,
right.
Well, because now everything is simulcast.
Yeah,
that's the thing now.
Yeah,
Except
like
for
an hour later, right?
Yeah, or maybe right at the same time, depending on what it is. But basically, like that's why Crunchyroll is one of the biggest streaming services there is, because it simulcasts everything. That's why when people watch anime, there's some anime on Netflix, but Netflix doesn't simulcast. I think Hulu simulcasts too.
Hulu does, because I used to watch My Hero like that.
Okay, yeah, because they got Bleach on Hulu, and that it's simulcast.
Oh, I didn't
know that. So like I said, like you said, now that's not even a thing. Like we don't have to wait 2-3 years for a series to come out that's already been out in Japan. Yeah, we got everything right then and there. So.
It's also kind of sad though, because then you miss that hype of like something perfect. It's like, oh, this got it. Oh yeah. Now it's like you miss that hype though.
I mean, there's still hype.
Yeah,
because social media and everything.
It's a different kind of hype.
Well, yeah. But I mean,
it's not like something you've been reading about for years and then you finally.
No, I get it. But like with social media, like for instance, in JJK, the Shibuya arc, the Shibuya incident arc is coming out in like a couple weeks, and we've been excited for it. Like we've been excited since they announced season 2, you know. Yeah. But I get what you're saying. Yeah. It's not like the anticipation is not as big as it was back in the day, where you're just like, yo, I've been waiting for this for like years and years.
Right. And it was also more culty before. Yeah. You know, where
now it's like everybody, now it's kind of like a movement.
Yeah.
Would you say?
Yeah.
Everybody's jumping on it.
Yeah. That was a really popular thing compared to, like you said, it was a select amount of people. Or not like it was just a group of people that like, yo, you watch anime? Yeah. Well, and then you just talk to that one person like heavy. Yes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Before me and you start talking about anime, I didn't even talk to Omai about it.
See, yeah. I remember you telling me that. Yeah. He was.
I didn't know anybody else that was really on it unless it's social media or something.
Yeah, and there's like when I saw Dabir, he's watching Fairy Tail. I was like, oh, okay, he watches anime, and then we just like I said, we started clicking from there, kind of.
Instantly.
Yeah.
It was meant to be.
And that's what we're here right now, doing the anime break room.
Look
What
at
you know?
Wow. Meant to be right there.
No, but it was hard back in the day.
Yeah,
it was hard. That's why. I mean, I'm glad for these kids that want to watch anime, that enjoy it. You know, they have so many outlets. That's cool, but. Man, what we went through when we were kids, it was different. It was different. It was. But you know what though? I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the grind.
I did too. Oh yeah,
I enjoyed the grind.
I did too.
I did great.
Too. Remember when we bought Gundam Seed? We bought it volume by volume, and we would go to FYE. I always want to say FYI. We would go to FYE. And we would just look for each volume, as it would come out.
Well, we did that last week. I said the same thing. We went to Sunco. Remember Sunco?
Yeah.
And we bought all the DBZ volumes with the VHSs with the Android series.
Yes. That's how we had the history. Isn't that how you had the history of Trunks?
That's how we got the history of Trunks. Yeah. Because with Gundam Seed, we got DVDs, which, again, that doesn't exist no more.
Right.
You know? So we went through 2 generations of entertainment already.
We really did, though.
About to go through 3 because the Blu-ray is about to be extinct, too. Yeah. Because everything's on demand now.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
But... Yeah. I remember Sunco. I remember FYE.
Sunco was cool. It wasn't like it wasn't a national store.
Right.
It was just like a local.
Was it a local? It was a local store.
Yeah, because it was like in the Eastern Hills Mall. It was kind of. It wasn't like a.
I remember what Eric saw when he found the one VHS for Trunks, and he almost walked out the store.
Oh, he did walk out the store with it, and it went off. And then he was.
But he was young.
He was just so excited that he was just like, and then he felt so bad because he was like, I wasn't trying to steal it, and my dad was like, it's okay. Like he was like, we're gonna buy this, sir.
Excitement took over his mind. All you think about is watching it.
That's how it was back in the day.
For real, like that's literally that's like the epitome of how it was. Like that's what we get. Because when you find something, you just get so excited, you know.
And those that know, man, y'all can relate, man. It's for real. Like it was a grind. It was a grind, and like I said, I enjoyed it. I want to have it any other way because it shows my love for anime. You know,
this might be bad, but like I kind of judge people based on like what their favorite anime is, because it's like if you tell me like your favorite anime is like something basic, that's fine.
Describe basic. You're gonna say Dragon Ball Z.
I didn't want to have to go here.
You're gonna say Dragon Ball Z. That's what you're gonna say. You're gonna say Dragon Ball Z.
I mean, isn't that your favorite? No, I'm just kidding.
No,
I'm just kidding.
You know what my favorite is.
No, I'm just kidding.
Gold Piece, baby.
Yeah. I mean, Dragon Ball Z. That's really basic. Even if you give me like, and not this is gonna sound bad. But like, I would accept Naruto or Bleach. I would accept those. I'm not saying. But if you're just giving me those like mainstream joints
that everybody's seen,
I'm gonna be like, okay, I know what generation you're from.
Yeah.
You know, but if you say something like Cowboy Bebop or like
Code Geass,
you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll be like, oh, okay, I might. You know,
I mean, but anime has gone mainstream to the point where it's like it's a thing,
right?
You know what I'm saying? So I used to really judge people, but then I was just like, that's not fair to them. You know what I'm saying? It's not
fair to you guys who discovered it later because it became mainstream. I get it.
Yeah, and that's not a knock to anybody.
No,
you know what I'm saying? I'm glad. Like a guy at work, he's he just caught up with Demon Slayer, and he's like, "Yo, I'm excited. When's the next season come out?" I was like, "Next year." He goes, "Oh, damn, what the hell?"
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's cool. Like, I'm glad you're into it, but as a guy, as people here who really grew up with anime, you know what I'm saying? We want that long, like how we talk to beer. You know what I'm saying? Like we just that conversation that, oh, yo, you watch this, and we get into the one show and it's okay, yeah. You can't do that with people that just watch a certain amount because, you know, that's what they know for right now. Which, like, again, it's no knock to anybody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody has their preference. Anime is so subjective. For those people that think that I watch more anime, so I know more anime than anybody else, y'all follow for that. You know what I'm saying? It's true, right?
Yeah.
Right. They shouldn't do that. Yeah.
No, I mean, there's so many different genres too, though.
Yeah.
Like, don't nobody watch all the genres.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I remember when I was a kid, the only genres we saw were like fantasy.
Right.
And action adventure, and fantasy.
But
like,
now it's so multi. You know what I'm saying?
There's so many.
There's so much that, you know, it's always somewhat overwhelming a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It can be if you let it.
Yeah. But like I'm just glad people pick up anime. And
I just want to say though about Will judging people.
Oh, here we go.
He says that he don't judge people, but then I'll be like, oh, I'm not gonna say, but I'll be like, oh, so and so watches anime. Oh, what do they watch? Sailor Moon.
Wait, when did I say that? 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 When did I say that?
Don't worry.
When did I say that? You lying. You go on my podcast.
You want me to give you a
You
date?
go on my podcast and lie about me, bro. That's
oh,
foul.
what do they watch? Fruit baskets? No,
I don't say that at all. Oh, you foul. You foul, dude. That's it. No more. You're done. This last episode you're on.
True.
No, but it's true though. It was a grind back in the day.
Yeah.
And like I said, we enjoyed every minute of it.
Yeah. But I am glad that it's more accessible now.
Yeah.
You know, I am
because
glad
more people
that
can
more
enjoy
people,
it.
Yeah, more people can watch it.
Because
you
even you don't have to like anime, but I guarantee you, there's one series. There's one series that you're gonna enjoy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be the anime. Oh, you know, guru. But there's gonna be one series that you be like, yo, I don't like anime, but I do like this. Right. You know what I'm saying? There's at least gonna be one that's gonna
for everybody.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah,
there is
absolutely. There's something for everybody. Yeah.
But that was fun, even though my sister tried to lie about me.
What are you talking about?
You lie, bro. I ain't never said that.
All right.
Anyways, can we talk about Bebop now? Can we get a lunch break topic?
What's up to you?
It's
your hurt feelings.
No, not hurt at all. You lying. Anyways, yeah, let's jump to a lunch break topic, man. Let's talk about one of the most popular animes in the 90s. Like I said, anime that I grew up watching, that I love to this day, and that you know that my sister loves, and her favorite character of all time, Spike Spiegel, is in. We talk about Cowboy Bebop. And we're going to talk about not the whole series, but we're going to talk about a specific dynamic of the series, a specific element in the conflict with Spike and his nemesis Vicious, because there's a lot to kind of talk about with those two as far as the whole conflict with them, you know. So it's interesting at first because even, I would say, in the ending credits, they show bits and pieces of the Spike and Vicious conflict. Like at the outro, they showed a little bit of it. So they gave us a little bit of it, and then when they get to finally episode 5, when Vicious first appears in episode 5, Ballad of Fallen Angel, Ballad Fallen Angel, I think it's called.
I love it.
When they show him, and then they show what Vicious' intent is, as far as he wants to take over the Syndicate, wants to take over the Red Dragon, and he takes out one of the big bosses, Mao Yenron.
Yeah.
And he takes him out and everything. But then Mao, his last words was, if only Spike was here. And then, like, Vicious is like, he's after Spike. We don't know why, per se, he's after Spike. Right. I don't think it's ever been a thing where they say why he's after Spike. But for some reason, he wants Spike dead. And it seems like when they show the flashbacks of these guys, it seems like they were really close.
Yeah.
They showed like they had a really close bond.
Yeah, you could tell it looked like they were brothers.
Right. Yeah. They really made it seem like they had like this bond, this friendship, like you said, this brotherhood and stuff.
Yeah.
So now all of a sudden, and like I said, Bebop, I feel like most of the characters are running away from their past.
Yeah.
You know,
that's kind of the premise. That's kind of the premise of it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So with that being said, every time a name from Spike's past pops up, he has this like, okay, I gotta know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Because in Ballad of the Fallen Angel, there was a bounty
Ballad
on
of Fallen Angels.
Ballad of Fallen Angel.
Yeah.
There was a bounty on Mao. There was a bounty on him, and Spike's in the Bebop. He's shuffling cards, and then Jet doesn't know what's really going on. It's been 3 years. Okay, they haven't talked about each other's past. They just said, listen, it's basically sound like, you want to hunt bad guys with me? Yeah, sure, we'll go. Okay,
Right.
and then they took it from there. So when Jet's like, I don't like it. Something about it sounds fishy, and then Spike's like, well, I don't care. I'm gonna go. There's a big bounty. I'm gonna handle it.
Right.
And Jet's like, what's going on? Like, do you know something about this?
He noticed something immediately.
Yeah. And then
He was a detective. I mean, he was a policeman.
Yeah. But you know what, too? With Spike's past, it kind of affected the relationship between Spike and Jet.
How so?
Well, because every time, and this is going on into the series, every time Spike wanted to go and handle something that had to do with his past, Jet was like, yo, leave it alone. We'll move on.
Yeah.
And Spike was like, nah, dude, there's something here. I gotta. And then Jet would always say, well, if you go, I'm not backing you up and you can't come back on the Bebop.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then eventually he says, okay, Spike, because Spike's his dude. You know what I'm saying? And this is funny. Remember how we talked about the duos when you was on the Killua and Gone and Killua? We never mentioned Spike and Jet as a duo.
Yeah.
Because they were a pretty solid duo.
They were a solid duo.
Yeah.
They were.
They worked together.
They did.
You know what I'm saying? They worked together really well. Even though they didn't really talk about each other's past or anything like that.
No.
But definitely in that episode, you can see where Spike is like, listen, there's something here I got to handle. Yeah. Okay? Now, whether you want to help me out with this or not, that's on you. But I got to go. And like I said, Jet was like, dude, you're stubborn, you're hard-headed. I'm not helping you, I'm not. But it definitely had a ripple effect on their relationship. So obviously Spike knowing Mao and wanted to know more what's going on because I forgot to say in the beginning of the episode, Mao was trying to have peace between all the syndicates. Between all the all the rival syndicates, and then it was Vicious that ruined it because he wanted power in the Red Dragon. He didn't care about peace. Vicious, I mean, come on, his name said it all.
Right.
True.
So he not only blew up that one ship that was leaving the Red Dragon building,
right,
but he killed Mao Yinra.
Right.
He took everybody out.
Yeah, he did. He did.
So
I mean, it wasn't hard though. They were like these little squishy old men.
Well, not that was later on. That was later on. Mao was just another guy, another boss. Remember?
Oh, okay. I'm thinking about that those squishy old men.
Not the three old men. That was later on. Mao was somebody different. Mao's another boss who you know what?
Executive.
Yeah, and it seemed like he had a big relationship with Spike.
Yes.
Because when Spike saw his bounty and then he went to Anastasia, Annie as they called her, because you can't call her Anastasia because there are only two people that are, that's what she said. There's only two people that can call me that name.
Yeah.
Love the name.
She was thug though.
Yeah, she was a good kid.
She was a thug.
Yeah.
Them kids couldn't steal them porn magazines from her around. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
She put one in the chokehold and everything.
She yoked him up quick.
But it seemed like they had a really good relationship because when Spike went to go see her in the convenience store, and she was telling Spike, Mal knew you was alive, and he spent 3 years looking for you.
Aw.
You know, and he even said, you know, before Vicious killed him, he goes, "If only Spike was here." Like I said earlier, if only Spike was here. And then, you know, like I said, it triggered something in Vicious. We're like, yo, Spike? Okay, I'll find him and kill him myself, you know, kind of thing. Yeah. But yeah, it seemed like Mal and Spike had a really good relationship. And then, like I said, it kind of was like, you know, Spike was like going to take a revenge. Because I think he knew that Vicious was behind everything.
Yeah, he knew. Yeah, he knew.
Yeah. Yes, I mean.
Yeah, because I was thinking when you said about, you know, when Vicious wanted to kill Spike, and remember how in the beginning we were just talking about we weren't sure why Vicious was gonna kill Spike, right? We're not sure, but obviously we know one of the things was Julia,
right?
Okay,
at the center of that.
Yeah, and she was like at the center of it, and I'm sure there was more to it.
Did they say it right in the beginning, like right? And the ballad.
No, that wasn't until Jupiter Jazz.
Okay, because because the ballad is when they had the epic church scene when they captured Faye.
Yeah,
they captured Faye. They had the epic church scene where, and I like the aspect where Spike and Vicious, the way they fight each other. Spike has a gun, Vicious has a sword.
I know.
The way they make it work.
It's cool. It is cool. It's like it shouldn't work, but it does so well.
Yeah. And usually the antagonist has the advantage, you know what I'm saying? Because guns have more advantage than swords.
You know, more range. Yeah.
You're right. But the way Vicious works that katana is...
Yeah, so clean.
Yeah, like he kind of blocks the angle of the gun as he's the going. Bullets, Not even the bullet. He's like, because when you shoot, you know, you point dead on. He kind of hits the gun with his katana, so he's blocking the angle.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? That's pretty dope. I like that.
He was pretty good. I noticed he was dodging a lot of bullets too, so he was able to predict where you were going to shoot. Because, like you said, he has a katana, so he's already used to. Okay, I gotta move, get in close quarters.
Yeah,
I'm sure he also, you know, he knows Spike so well too. Yeah. It's like they had fought together, you know, so many times.
He always said that, Spike, I'm the one that has to kill you. I'm the one that can kill you. That's what he says. He always says that. So it's kind of like you said, he has that. I know Spike. I know all your moves, and that is vice versa. Spike's the same way probably with Vicious. You know. But I love that church scene where he jumps out the window.
I know.
And he throws a grenade, and all I see the explosion.
Yeah.
Oh, that was great.
A sleight of hand.
Yeah, that was dope. That was dope. And then
was he wearing a trench coat?
Yes, yeah.
I was saying, like, it seems like every time he fights Vicious. He has a trench coat on.
Yeah.
I love that. It's so sophisticated. Yeah. He's so classy.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Spike's very classy.
He is.
And then, like you said, in Jupiter Jazz. Now, that's Jupiter Jazz is where they finally discuss, or they finally mention Julia. That other element in the conflict between Spike. Now, this is where I say, and this is probably going towards more the real folk blues episode, but I feel like those three were like in a love triangle.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's what it looked like.
I agree.
Because what was I gonna say? Because there was a code that Vicious had, because he was trying to connect with the one guy who he really messed up. Grin? What's his name?
Yeah,
Grin.
the guy.
Grin,
Never mind.
Yeah. Which Vicious did him dirty too. He framed him for something, and then they took him away and experimented him, and then his hormones got messed up, so he had female body parts with male body parts. It was crazy. It was definitely.
Faye's reaction to it though was
she know what to do.
I remember being a kid and watching that though. It was like, you know, so I still have this like giggly moment just because I remember being a kid and watching it. Yeah. And I'm just like he. You know, like I don't know how I understood that as a kid.
Yeah. No, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Did they show it?
No.
Okay.
So
I don't know how
they kind of showed the breastises.
That's what I was saying. Yeah.
And that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
She's just, and then she blushes and look away. I'm just like, wait a minute, why was she blushing?
Yeah.
And then, you know, she acts like, what are you?
Right.
Yeah, like she just wasn't quite sure.
Yeah, that was kind of crazy. Yeah. But like I said, that's when Julie was mentioned. And then when Spike finally meets up with Vicious, he the first thing he says is, "What do you see in Julia behind my back?" You know.
Yes.
And then Vicious is like, "I don't care about her," or you know what I'm saying. He just kind of like, you know, whatever. Yeah. So and then they have I think not Lynn. No, it was Lynn. Lynn shoots Spike with that tranquilizer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it kind of passes them out and they walk away.
Yeah.
Leave
But
him in the snow.
But that's when they, and then like I said, those 2 episodes of Jupiter Jazz, they mentioned Julia a lot, and that she was on that one planet.
She was on that planet, yeah.
Yeah, she was on that one planet with
Jupiter, isn't it Jupiter?
I think
Jupiter,
yeah. Jupiter Jazz. Duh. Yeah, you're right. That makes sense.
And like I love that. I love the way that the planets are too. Like Jupiter's all like awful and cold, and like you know what I'm saying? It's like
that's the first time. Spike didn't wear a trench coat. He wore a jacket.
Yeah,
like, he wore a coat. It was a coat. Yeah, he needed a coat.
Coat.
Because it looked cold.
He had that. What was that? A puffer joint?
Yeah. The bubble jacket. That's what he had. The bubble jacket. The pink. It was a pink bubble jacket. That's what he had.
Yo.
But that was good. I mean, like I said, and then like you see, they started talking, like I said, introducing Julie a little bit more. They didn't really. Then the flashbacks keep coming. She didn't really appear. They just said, "Yo, she came on this planet. She was one of the very few women, or the only woman on the planet." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you know, she was there. She kind of hold her own. So it sounded like she was, she can hold her own
Yeah,
against
she was
men.
tough.
Yeah. And then Spike and Vicious end up having their final battle their final encounter on Jupiter Jazz in their starships. And then Spike gets, the upper hand because Faye helps him and everything. So then they move on. But then again, like I said, in Jupiter Jazz 2, it seemed like I said, Spike's past and that dynamic with him and Jet, it was kind of like I said, it affected Jet because he wanted Spike to move on. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
But I also think that Jet knew that Spike was endangering his life by going back to the very thing that he ran away from. And like I think that he just had that fear, like, something's gonna happen to you, like you know what I'm saying?
Happen to Spike?
Yes.
Well, from episode 1, the fortune teller told Spike, "You're gonna die soon."
Yeah.
That's basically the fortune teller did say that.
That's the
I
foreshadowing.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow. Yeah. See, that's why you got.
Well, I mean, he said it in his own very way. He said it in his own very way. Something about the moon falling, or I don't know. However he said it.
I remember.
But then Spike said, "Well, I died once before, so
right.
Seeing death again." Yeah, he wasn't. It seemed like Spike wasn't very worried about.
I mean, it seemed like he was anticipating it.
Yeah,
like he knew. He knew that at some point he would have to address this thing. He wasn't gonna let it go.
No,
he wasn't trying to. He was just buying himself some time, trying to enjoy his life a little bit before he had to go on ahead and deal with this, because he sure enough was gonna kill Vicious, and whatever.
Yeah. So then we get to
Julie.
With what?
And get back with Julie.
Julia.
He had to. He couldn't get her off his mind.
Nah, that's another thing. That's another thing. Yeah, he couldn't. He couldn't get her off her mind. But he said in the Real Folk Blues that Julia was the one thing he was missing his entire life. So he knew that he had to find her. I think that's why he went bounty hunting. To find Julia.
Interesting.
That now that I think about it, he probably left to try to find Julia.
Yes.
It makes sense.
It could be. I mean, there could be a lot of things, because it's like, you're just gonna easy way to make money. Right.
It wasn't that easy for them.
It could be an easy way to make money. And then but then also like you have this like kind of other motive for doing it. I could see that.
But he finally finds her in the Real Folk Blues, and those 2 episodes were awesome. I loved it, just the way. So when you talk about the 3 elders, that's where Vicious finally kills them.
Yeah, squishy old man.
Yeah. He finally kills them. He actually slices one of them in the eyes. Yeah.
How did he say? You're gonna cry red tears or something.
Tears of scarlet.
Yeah,
I think something like that. Yeah. Vicious has some cold lines.
He was very poetic.
Yeah.
He was very poetic.
Yeah, like a dark poet.
Yeah. Very, very Edgar Allan Poe.
Yeah. That's a good description. I like that. But he actually sliced one. Then he kills them all. Well, because what happened was he tried it in the beginning of the Real Folk Blues. He tried the coup. He tried the coup d'etat.
Yeah.
In the beginning, it failed.
Quote unquote.
It failed, quote unquote. And then I think the elders must have found out that Spike was still alive and send all of them to kill Spike and Julia. I think that's how it kind of came about because when Spike and Jet were in the bar. And this is after when Faye and Ed left the Bebop.
Yes. Faye went back to her house that's not even a house anymore.
Right. It was a dirt. That's all it was. It was dirt. Yeah, I think she drew like a floor and a bed, and she was lying down in the middle of dirt. That's all she did. But they're in the bar, and all of a sudden, like, because Spike's intuition. Spike has a crazy intuition.
Yeah.
He does.
Yeah, he does.
And then when he senses everybody's coming around, they hop over the bar and everything.
But okay, wait a minute, because wasn't that in the Real Folk Blues Part 1? First thing off is that Vicious kills those guys.
No.
It wasn't. It was in Part 2.
No, in Part 1, in the beginning of Part 1, he tried the coup and it didn't work.
Right.
They captured and put him in the chambers. At the end,
that's right. And then he kills them after.
At the end of Part 1, he kills them, and he finally takes over the Red Dragon. He finally takes over the Syndicate.
Okay.
Yeah, because they have him in the chambers. He's locked up, but he says before they lock up, he goes, because they always call him like a serpent or like a snake,
Yeah.
And then Vicious goes, well, remember, a serpent's blood poison takes long for it to go through. Yeah, it takes its time.
Yeah.
And he was kind of like foreshadowing that, this is all gonna be mine.
I love that these things happen at the same time though too. It's like, Vicious trying to stage a coup, and at the same time they find out where Spike is, and they're like, I kind of
everything's happening at like a pace where you're just like, it's keeping you on your toes.
At that point, everything goes Bebop goes really fast, but at that point everything goes really fast.
Yeah.
And you're like, all these things, like literally the whole show happens in like those 2 episodes.
I agree. Because you had that. Then he finally finds Julia in the spot where they were supposed to meet before.
Ugh.
That graveyard. He finally.
She wasn't even faithful. Like, why?
It seemed like she wasn't. It
seemed
like she wasn't. No. But he loved her.
It was like he knew what was deep down inside. Like that type of thing. But like on the surface, she wasn't like a good woman.
No. Yeah.
She wasn't a good woman.
Her face when they met up at the graveyard, the look on her face, I really like looked at her. You could, they usually show what type of emotion they had in that moment. She just had these dead eyes, like she was not happy to see him. It was really.
It's like whatever.
Yeah. There was nothing there.
It's just like, oh, Spike, you can save me. That's the only thing that I need you here for. Like she just wanted him to protect her.
Did she really love Spike though? Do you think she really loved, or do you think she loved Vicious, or do you think she loved herself? I think she loved herself.
She loved herself too.
This is a woman's perspective. Right
Personally,
you
know what I'm saying? Because, too, like they were gonna leave. She wanted to leave the Syndicate. This is what I think. Okay.
Initially, or like.
So initially, I think this is what started the whole thing.
Syndicate.
Right, but listen.
Okay.
I think that she wanted to leave the Syndicate. Right? Or like you said, Spike wants to leave. And so she was like, ooh, this is an opportunity to go with him. Yeah. Right? And so like maybe at that point they kind of had like some secret relationship. And then she also had some secret relationship with Vicious. Mm-hmm. And then Vicious found out. Because you remember that part. It's like a really short flashback. It's just a moment. But you see Vicious kind of holding a gun to the back of her head.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, they showed the flashback to the back of Julia's head.
Yeah.
Well, they showed the flashback, I think, in Part 2 of the Real Folk Blues.
But it was a short thing.
Well, they say, because I remember after I recently watched it, they said, so Vicious in the flashback says, so you were going to betray me, Julia. Mm-hmm. And Julia was, and she was like, no, it's just, Spike or whatever. He goes, and how did he say? He said something, and then it was like, well, basically show me your loyalty. Because I'm not going to be the one to kill Spike. You are. So he put that on her, and that's why she left, because she couldn't kill Spike. You know what I'm saying? That's how they played it out to be. You know?
I think that. So when she left, though, okay, she left at that point without Spike.
Right.
So was there love then, do you think, between her and Spike that she was going to go specifically with? Because then obviously she could have left on her own, right? Did. Now thinking about it, now you mentioning it, she did leave on her own, right?
But it seemed like she left because she didn't want to kill Spike.
So then do you think originally she was just going to leave because Spike wanted to leave?
Well, she warned Spike at first. She goes, if you try to leave, they're going to kill you. And Spike was like, I'll be fine. Don't worry. We'll go hiding or whatever. And like, it seemed like at first she was reluctant to go. And then she probably agreed. But when Vicious found out, like you said, he was like, "Yo, listen, you're gonna either show loyalty to me or I'm gonna kill you both."
Who do you think she was messing with first?
Vicious.
Yeah, that's who I think too.
Yeah, because I was gonna go with that. Because that's what I was gonna come up with. Because what do you guys like? I said, what I really think.
Well, actually, I have another view, but go ahead. You guys go.
But watching all the flashbacks and even with the ending credits, if you really watch the ending credits, you'll see. I feel like she was messing with Vicious first because there was a flashback, and it was real quick. A Vicious in bed with a blonde woman. I think that blonde haired woman was Julia.
We all know who it was.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Julia. Yeah. So I think she was with Vicious. Then Spike came out of nowhere, and she was like, "Wow, this guy's he's kind of sweeping me off my feet because Vicious and Spike are polar opposites.
But who knows how Vicious was before all of this? He could have been a loving. You remember how he would smile when he was killing people next to Spike? Remember that one flashback? They were all smiling. They were killing people. He looked so happy then. He seemed like a nice guy then.
Yeah. He's definitely happy. He was in his element then. Yeah. No, he's stupid.
No, but I will say this. I have another view where I could see that, where I could think that. But I wonder if she was with Spike first. Because remember in Jupiter Jazz, at the end of Jupiter Jazz, Spike asks Vicious.
Oh, Vicious.
Is there something going on between you and Julia? Remember? Yeah. He poses that question, and it's kind of sarcastic, as if he already knew, he already knew the answer. So I think that he was with Julia first. And then, somehow Julia got mixed up with Vicious. But, like, despite all that, Spike was going to forget. Like, he forgave her and wanted to take her with him type thing.
So you're saying Spike's simping for Julia?
I mean, yeah. I'm sorry. Is that not obvious through the whole show that he, like... He's he's the epitome of cool, but let's be real.
I just didn't want to admit that.
Yeah, I understand. That's why I hate her so much.
I don't know.
That's why I hate her.
What do you think?
Yeah. I mean, just the mention of her name, you could just see it on his face.
Yeah. He definitely, like I said, even it was a cold word in Jupiter Jazz. Like I think Spike used for grin because they were transferring some chemicals or something.
Vicious, yeah.
I'm saying vicious, yeah, vicious. Right. It was a cold word, and then Julia, and then once Ed had said it, Vicious was Spike was like, "Yo, okay, I gotta go."
Where did that come from? Yeah.
So that's why I also say he went with Jet to find Julia. That's why I say that.
Yeah, I could see that.
Now I think, I honestly, I just thought about it right now. I was like,
yeah, I know. There's so many,
sense. Yeah.
But it's like, this is something you have to discuss and unpack and unravel.
Yes.
Because there's so much just packed into 26 episodes. They don't really give you.
But they don't give you all the story with Spike and Vicious.
No.
They give you tad bits, which I'm okay with.
Yeah.
I'm okay with.
I like it being so subjective.
Yeah.
It's like, ooh, who do you think?
And this is why I say it'll be nice to see a prequel. You know what I'm saying? It would be nice to see a prequel.
I don't want to lose the magic. It's like when you go behind the scenes at Disney. You just lose the magic.
But you got to know what happened. Like, what's what? You know what I'm saying? You want answers.
Do you
eventually,
need answers?
Yes. Eventually,
like a final one episode after, just to
like a what?
Like one episode after.
No, a whole series. A whole series.
Maybe a movie.
I would be okay with that too. I would be okay with that too.
And even in that, it's delicate,
right?
Because I don't. The essence of Cowboy Bebop is that it's so vague. Like, that's kind of what makes it for me, is how vague it is and how much you have to kind of decide and decipher for yourself.
After 25 years, I think we deserve an answer.
Will wants an answer.
I do. And I get what you're saying. This is why I love Bebop, because it's to your discretion, like how you feel.
Yes. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I think let's put let's get something going. You know what I'm saying? Show us something that, what really happened. Because you said the timeline seems kind of,
right.
weird a little bit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When was Vicious a soldier? When did he meet Grin? You know what I'm saying? All that. But
you know what I would be super down for though? Okay. And I know this is random, but I would be so down for a sequel with Ed. You just see where Ed goes in the world and how Ed is like this great like hacker. That would be a silly.
It would be silly.
Thing.
I would also say too, I would be okay with seeing something with Jet and Faye.
Right, because did they separate after that? What's going on?
It would be cool to see them work.
Like a reunion moment.
It would be cool to see them work together.
Yeah.
At their supposed to be the death of Spike.
I feel like they would.
Yeah, I think because Jet's leg shot up. He already has a fake arm.
Ooh, they should meet at Spike's grave. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
That would be incredible.
Okay. Now
I want to know where he's buried because honestly, I feel like in Japan there should be some grave set up for Spike Spiegel that people can go visit. Yeah. Because there are people that need to mourn.
Can I ask you a question?
Uh-huh.
So the infamous bang scene.
Bang. Oh,
bang.
Yeah.
It's iconic. It is iconic. And I love that scene. I hate what that scene represents, but I love the scene.
Yeah.
Because it's so iconic and it makes Spike who he is.
Mm-hmm.
But do you think Spike is really dead?
Yeah.
Well,
we didn't see him get back up.
That's fine. I mean, but
okay, I see what you're saying. Mm-hmm. I mean, if a sequel came out where Spike wasn't dead, I would not be upset.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Would Vicious be dead?
That's the thing. Yeah, that's the thing.
Because if he is alive, then Vicious.
The Vicious has to be alive.
Yeah. And the whole thing about it though too, it would almost feel like a lot of it was for naught because the whole point is that had to be the ending. It had to end. It was definite. That's one thing that bothers me. People like sometimes it's cool when people die and then it's like, oh, they're not dead and they come back. But like a lot of the times it's annoying. Like One Piece does it all the freaking time.
With who?
Well, they don't do it anymore, but they used to do it like in a lot of the early, like the first like 500 episodes. Like in Alabasta, they did it a couple times.
With who?
They did it with the one Falcon guy. Actually, they did it with two of those I don't know what they were for Alabasta. They were like these. The one was a Falcon guy. I don't know who the other one was.
I know the Falcon guy you're talking about. Yeah.
And it's just like, why? Like if they're dead, just kill them.
Well, Pedro's dead.
Who?
Pedro.
Who's Pedro?
From Zoe?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was Viper Cats.
Oh my gosh,
yeah.
He died? When did he die?
Dude, don't tell me you did. I thought you were on Wano.
I'm not. No.
Oh, spoiler.
No, I've been waiting for Wano to finish for that, so that way I can watch it. Because I'm not. I don't want to like catch up on it, then after that, it's a week to week. I thought you were on
Wano.
You stink.
Maybe you'll forget since you don't even know who he is. Maybe
she knows.
No, I know who he is, but that's okay. That's okay. I mean, it's not like a super like
but
important.
Okay, to get back on Bebop, I get what you're saying though. I get what you're saying. I thought you was on Wano, honestly, but I get what you're saying.
I haven't started it yet, Billy.
Anyways, but I get what you're saying. I just say that because Spike was around so many people, and then I just figured, okay, well they got the paramedics, and hey, let's nurse him back to health or whatever.
Where were their paramedics?
I'm saying
They're
No.
They have paramedics.
You're stupid. I'm just saying they could have. Oh, you're so dumb. You're so dumb. I'm just saying they could have.
Get the paramedics.
But I'm saying like it could have been a thing where they could have got paramedics. I'm saying there's paramedics on the scene. They could have got paramedics. Stupid.
Everyone's like, get the paramedics.
No.
If those guys, right?
But
whoever survived.
Because
if they did get paramedics, Who would they get the paramedics for? Do you think they would get them for Spike or for Vicious?
But we don't know who those guys were. They were just random people that showed up there. You're not gonna.
After.
Yeah, after the fight. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
What you
I
say?
thought you was talking about the guys that were in front of.
No, I'm saying after when he's walking down the stairs and everybody's looking.
Like the building all blown up.
And he. I mean, honestly, it seemed like Spike took out every member of the Red Dragons.
Yes,
that's what it seemed like he did.
They were.
Well, this is what I'm saying, that I'm okay with him being dead because it would only make sense because it was one versus however many men he took out.
Yeah,
I remember my girl was like, "Yo, he died? Yeah, of course he died. Like, how else is he? You know what I'm saying? There's no way."
That was Anna's reaction too.
Yeah, there was no other way he was gonna survive that. I'm just saying, what if because it's obviously not real life, but what if he, those people were like police officers and they call the paramedics,
to nurse him. The scene.
Yeah.
Call the paramedics.
You're so stupid. I hate you. You're so stupid. Anyways, but no, I mean, but like you said, it had to end that way. Mm-hmm. It had to end that way with Spike and Vicious both dying, But I agree. Something with Faye, if they do a sequel, something with Faye and Jet will be cool.
Maybe Faye rebuilt her house.
So it's like a mud house?
Yeah, maybe.
Sand house?
Did she get some? She didn't really leave with any money from.
Nah, she kept gambling it away. Yeah. She was a heavy gambler.
Not that they ever really made that much money. They always ate beef and broccoli without the beef.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That should be our lunch today. Beef and broccoli without the beef.
He's bell peppers and beef. That's what it was.
Oh, bell peppers.
Bell
That's
peppers
what
and beef. And then Jet was
beef.
like, he's like, Jet, and Jet would keep talking. He goes, What did you make? Bell peppers and beef. He goes, well, there's no beef in here. He goes, well, He's like, oh, so I wouldn't really consider it to be bell peppers and beef. He goes, it is when you're broke. That's what he said.
Yep. Yeah, that's so funny.
I mean, yeah. And honestly, when you brought up Ed, that would be pretty cool. Because Ed's she's a unique character.
Yeah.
She is.
She's a very unique character. And I feel like she's also a character that if they did a series about her today, that could be very just relevant to the, to like everyday life now.
Yeah.
You got this hacker and it's like,
goofy hacker.
Yeah. And it's like, this kid is like, well, at that, maybe it should be older, but then it'd be like, I don't know, just something that she's very relatable.
You don't have to make her older. You wouldn't have to make her older.
Okay. I could see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could just pick up where she left up, because she left the ship before Faye, I think. Right?
I'd want her to be just a little bit older. She don't got to be an adult.
I mean, whatever. But she doesn't have to be an adult.
She doesn't have to be an adult. Because I like the child's
aspect.
Love the energy from it.
Yeah, she has great energy. Yeah. She does. She has great energy. But
when she left the ship though, and Ayn followed.
That
was such an emotion. She was like, "No, Ayn, you can't come with." And then she was just like, "Oh, okay, Ayn." Yeah.
She went after her dad, or she just left the ship.
It was like her dad left. I don't know if she I feel like she did kind of go after him, but not really.
Yeah, that's what I feel like too.
It was more just like it was like, oh, if I see him,
That's
yeah, I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah, because I feel like it wasn't really directly to go. It was just like she's just moving on.
Okay, but like I said, either those two things for a sequel or the prequel to actually fill the answers for all these questions that I have. That's what I say. One or the other. Something needs to be done, because Cowboy Bebop was great. For me, it was great. I loved it. It's definitely my top 5.
It is a masterpiece.
It is a masterpiece.
It is a masterpiece. It's so sophisticated.
I always say this. It was an anime before its time.
Oh, I mean, what animes have come out since then though? Since ever that have that type of
none.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like Bebop just had a certain style to it.
It's one of one. It's one of one.
Yeah.
It's
really
one of
is.
one.
I feel like if you're gonna break anybody in, watch Bebop. Watch this.
Yeah. No, that's it's a good. I would say it's a good starter. That is a good starter.
Yeah.
It is.
I mean, yeah. I could say, I had my husband watching it, and he got really into it, and I was happy that he got so into it, and then by the end he didn't realize that Spike was gonna pass. And he was just like, what? He's like, wait a minute. He's like, is it done? Is there more? And I'm like, no. I'm like, that's. And he's like, no, it can't be.
That's what the same reaction, my girl. She's like, yo, he died. That's it. I was like, yeah. Like I said, there had to be no other ending.
Yeah.
So the paramedics didn't come.
Yeah, no
No
Don't
paramedics.
call the paramedics. It's okay.
It's
He's
okay.
already dead.
Anyways, this was fun. Anything else? You got anything else? You guys got anything else? Everybody's good.
No.
You guys are good.
Not as of right now.
Okay, calm down. But no, as always, D, this was fun. Everybody knows that the last episode we did with Go and Kill All was personally my favorite because
Going to kill.
because I got to do it with you, and then we like me and my sister talk. This is what we do. We talk anime, and then Dabir here with this, it made it. It was pretty cool. Like it was fun. It was fun to do.
Yeah,
it was fun.
As you see, I can't stop smiling.
I know it. We was
She
dying.
got jokes for days. I see.
She's corny.
You're like the laughing people in the sitcom. And they do the laughing in the background. That's good. You need that. Because that's part of what makes it funny. Like sitcoms don't really have that anymore.
No.
And that's always missing. Like when you watch a sitcom, it's like I miss that laughter.
But no, this was fun, guys. Definitely gonna do it again. We already got you booked for another one, so.
Yep, I'll be back.
But next week, Dabir, what's next week? What do we got next week? Oh, Hell's Paradise with Lito.
Is it?
Yes. So, Lito's coming on next week with Hell's Paradise. That should be fun. But as always, you guys can catch us on Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, and iTunes. Like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also, our social media pages, our Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. So if you guys want to follow us, comment, just if there's anything we can do to get better, we're gonna do our best to get better because that's all we want to do is get better, bring you better content, and have something you can enjoy. Because me and Dabir enjoy doing this so much, and then like I said, having my sister here just made it that much more better, that much more fun. So, like I said, guys, definitely. Send us something, comment, whatever, however you guys want to do. But we appreciate all the support. I'm sorry, go ahead, Dabir. You said something?
Oh, I did, and then I cut it off. It sounded like he's about to finish it.
No, my bad. No, but we definitely appreciate the support. So with that being said, W, you good?
Yeah.
D, you good?
Yep.
All right, with that being said, break time is over. Have a good day.